All right, welcome to another episode of Be the Exception podcast. We are here with Miss Amy Quinton, Instagram handle.
Hi.
Today we're going to be talking about Masters Fitness Collective and just kind of some of the things that we have going on in our Masters side of the community right now. So Amy, thanks for joining us. Just competed at Masters Fitness Collective 2 weekends ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how was it?
Really fun.
Yeah.
Indiana's kind of a different state.
Yeah. Everything's square.
Yeah, everything's a square. The houses are square. The land is a square.
This was your first experience in the Midwest, huh?
No.
No?
No.
Where were you before?
I've been to Indiana twice for this competition. That was my third time.
And you just observed that everything's a
Well,
square?
they changed the location, so it was kind of in a different place.
Yeah.
And the hotel was like across the street from the venue, so we just walked.
Oh,
But now we drove.
Yeah.
All the houses are square. Everything's brown.
Well, we flew in and we drove around.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. And everything's square. That is a perfect definition of a Midwest
Houses,
city. Yeah.
square, haunted.
Haunted.
Remember?
Oh, yeah. We had like I think it was the heating system. Or
No, we had ghosts in our
I don't
house.
know. I don't know.
Everybody
I'm
heard
still
it.
debating.
The people
Yeah.
on the bottom floor heard it
Yes.
every night.
I think it was the cooling system. Or
Okay.
whatever. Okay, so yeah, tell us what'd you think of the competition? Yeah, why don't we just get into it? You guys finished third place at the competition. Congrats.
Thank you.
It ended up being a little bit smaller than we were thinking for your division, but yeah, what else did you think of the comp?
I enjoy Masters comps. This year was a little different. They added in a 18 through 34 division, so there were young people and old people at this competition.
Yeah.
I kind of like the fact.
This was the first year they did that.
Yes.
And they used the open for that one, right?
Yeah. So for all of them. So for CrossFit pairs, so they're two.
But they had a qualifier. Oh, pairs. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So for CrossFit pairs, it was a completely separate thing.
Okay.
So, and actually, I think it was run by Mayhem and CrossFit together.
Oh.
And so what happened was they hosted CrossFit pairs and then MFC individuals, same weekend, same venue.
Okay.
Kind of like they do Legends games and Legends teams. Like they're separate events, but on the same weekend.
Okay.
So we use our open scores for the pairs competition. Mm-hmm. So it's an easy way to get into a competition and get some experience with teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're already doing it, so why not enter it in?
Yeah.
So we did the pairs competition in Indiana the same weekend as MFC individuals, which they do a completely separate qualifier. I forgot where I was going with this, but overall, like there's a lot of different points we could get into. I liked competing with one person. It seemed very...
Oh, you mean in a team of two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like team of two. Like that's a very different than team of four.
Because you've done team of four competitions.
I've done a lot of team of four competitions.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But this was very different because it's more like there were so many different... We can get into this later, but so many different scores that were actual individual scores, not
a team
partner
score.
scores.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Interesting. So you prefer competing in pairs versus team of four?
I think I like it because, like, me and my partner, Laura, are pretty invested with each other.
Right.
And, like, where she is very strong, I lack. Mm-hmm. And then vice versa. Like, where she lacks, I can pick up. So, like, it just goes really well together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys do make a pretty good pair together. You guys have both different strengths and weaknesses. So, like, you're strong with the barbell, and she's a little bit weaker with the barbell. She's really freaking aerobic, and, like,
yeah.
We're still working on your aerobic system. But, yeah, that makes sense. So, do you think it was more your partner this time around, or do you think it was actually you enjoy?
I enjoyed everything. Like, I had a really good time except for one event. I think the venue selection was great. Like, they kept the lighting really low.
It was low in the auditorium.
Yeah, and I really liked that. Like, it wasn't like this big bright light where you get a headache and you can't see your barbell when you're benching and things like that. So, like, the vibe I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the workout selection was heavy, very gymnastics, also very aerobic. And so like I enjoyed the workouts and I enjoyed having Laura as a partner. So I think and then having Liana and you there made it just fun.
Yeah. I mean, we all stayed in the house together. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I almost think that it's more, especially when you're traveling for a competition, it's more the things that happen after you're done at the venue that you kind of find fun and enjoyable than it is the workouts and stuff like that. So I do think like honestly, we just met like a really good crew of people there too. We had a ton of like, we had you guys, we had Liana and Ashley. So like we all kind of like clumped up in a corner. Jeremy was there.
Amanda
was there. Other Jeremy was there. Brandon Wallen. Trying to think who else. Brandon from Incendia. I think I know
there's somebody else.
I'm forgetting somebody, so I apologize for that. But
gymnastics Diverge girl.
Oh, Jenny was there.
Jenny was awesome.
Jenny was there.
Good job, Jenny.
Yeah. So, and like honestly, the Masters crowd too is just so awesome. Like everybody's chill. Like everybody has a full-time job. Like there's not a lot of egotistical shit going on.
There's some,
but it's not nearly as bad as like 22 to 35. You know.
Yeah. So like the dudes walk around in leggings.
Yeah, we were discussing this earlier. There was a lot of leggings there.
Like men over the age of 40.
Comment below whether men over the age of 40 should be wearing leggings or not.
Like if you go into a CrossFit competition, so say you go to the CrossFit Games or like Wadapalooza, 0 leggings, right? But then you step into the Masters community, 35 or above, probably 1 in 5 have on guy leggings.
It could be just the era though, because that was actually pretty common when I was coming up in the sport. I technically would be a Masters athlete now. So that was pretty common when I was coming up in the sport, and I never understood it.
You're saying so it's stuck with the athletes, like they're like, oh, I wore leggings 10 years ago.
I'm just going to keep.
So now I'm going to keep wearing them.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I'm super curious as the decision behind. I'm just going to put this long john underwear on and then walk out to the competition floor.
And then it's white.
Yeah.
Some of them are white.
I don't know about that.
And it's like Arter said earlier, he was like, I'm sorry, Arter. He's like, what if you like farted or something?
I mean, yeah, for real. Like, yeah.
Like a little too hard.
A little too hard. We all know CrossFitters suffer from some stomach issues as well, so I couldn't wear white, that's for sure.
So anyways.
Yeah. So a lot of leggings. But I do think too, because it was fun. Honestly, the more people that you have in one spot, the more fun it is. So I think combining those two things was a great idea on their part.
I agree. I think that they've been slacking. So the other years I've competed, teams has been really hard to get people to come because they never had a qualifier for it.
They just signed up.
You just sign up and it's like, okay, I'm about to spend $2,000 on going to this CrossFit competition, half the United States away, like really far away. But it's not, but you didn't qualify for it.
Not that far. I mean, maybe for some people, but not for us.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure where Indiana is on the map. I think if
we know. We could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could tell.
So I think that's a lot of money to spend on a CrossFit competition if you're just signing up for something fun.
Yeah.
Unless you live in the area locally.
Right. Yeah.
Which would be what states?
You tell me. No.
Why?
No, not even close.
Okay, I know it's Midwest, so North, East, Southwest, Mid. Kansas.
No.
Texas.
No. What?
North Dakota.
Nope.
South Dakota.
Nope. Ish. No. I would just stop, honestly.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh,
sir. Yeah.
So it's up. It's north. That's
Yeah.
not Midwest. That's north.
The Midwest is in the north.
Midwest means west and middle, right? Northeast, southwest,
I don't know why.
mid.
I don't know why they call it the Midwest. Actually, it's the middle
It's known as a flyover state for a reason,
for
right?
a reason. Yes,
Brown and square.
Brown and Square. I lived there. Brown and Square.
Are the winters cold there?
Awful, awful. There's a reason I moved away. Yes.
Where were we on this?
Where were we on the CrossFit competition?
Yeah.
Essentially, just having more people there is more fun. So, like,
Yeah.
combining the fact that they used the open to get the teams there was a really good idea. Just because, like, the warm up, anytime you get more people in one spot, it's just more fun. And
More
the bigger
fun.
event you can do, the better it is for everybody. So, I really enjoyed the fact that they had the teams there and they had the individuals going at the same time. We had a good group of people there, honestly.
And it's really fun to watch. Like, I think it was cool that they added the 18 through 34 too, because they actually had the most
Krista
teams.
and Sonia, Krista and Sonia were there as well. Krista and Sonia are from Minnesota. They're
Okay.
Yeah, Krista's Matt's client and then Sonia's my client.
Okay.
So, yeah, I knew there were some. My bad, guys. My bad. I haven't slept much this week or month.
He's been too busy traveling for CrossFit, for
Yeah.
other people's CrossFit competitions.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was just a good atmosphere and environment for a competition. So
Yeah, and like I said a second ago, I think they had the most. I think Leanna's division, 18 through 34, this was like a master's competition, had the most signups out of any of the other divisions.
Well, also though, that's a 16-year gap of
True.
signing up, so they probably had a little bit more individuals competing in that
We
division.
had 30 teams in 40 to 44 put their scores in. We had 10 teams sign up for the competition.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the workouts got released and people were like, whoa, or what happened.
I'm sure there was some, like, there's always some circuit. Like, we put on camps, right? And there's always something that pops up with at least 3 people for the camps, like roughly around 10% of the people that sign up. And your guys, I guess you guys got down to 4 teams. So, like, it was a little bit more than 10% that kind of dropped out of their sign up. But there's always stuff that happens that people just can't make the event for. Yeah. And, like, if it is a priority, like, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But, like, I think at the same time, too, like, if you get an excuse, like, you'll use that excuse sometimes, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Injury,
Yeah.
like, family death, something.
Sick
like,
kids.
Sick kids, yeah.
Everyone has sick kids in the
Not me.
Masters world. Masters.
I'm a Masters athlete. I don't compete, though, so.
Too busy coaching.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think it was pretty unique, too. Like, they did – so, obviously, they had the 18 to 34 competing there, but they also – man, they gave you guys 8 workouts to do. 9 scored events, right?
9 scored events are.
That is a lot.
Yeah, and they kept 18 through 34, 35, 39, and 40, 44 all the same.
Yeah.
Same workouts,
Yeah.
same weights, same movements. I like that for me personally because it gives you something to, you
get your money's worth out of the
really push
competition.
for.
Yeah, right,
They don't sleep on legless rope climbs. They don't sleep on heavy weights at MFC, period.
right. Yeah,
And then the gymnastics, they don't play with that.
yeah. It's a very high skilled event for sure. Yeah. And some of the time caps were pretty tough for a lot of these workouts too. But that's just it. Like, I get athletes that complain about the time caps all the time, and like you gotta think of it from a bigger picture. And it's like that competition has to run on time, and they can't just be like, we're gonna put a 20-minute time cap on every single workout, and just you
To
go
let
ahead,
people finish.
You get to finish it. Like, they have to put time caps on stuff because they have to run on a schedule. And if they get off schedule, like, that is the thing that people hate the most at a competition. So sometimes, and this is one of the components of live competitions that I think is the most fun because it forces you to strategize and think about a workout differently. The time caps are going to be aggressive on things so that they can fit everything they want to inside of that time window that they have. So they did have some pretty aggressive time caps on some of these workouts, but it's just a product of being in a live competition.
Yeah, I did hear a lot of people complain about that.
I mean, they like, it is what it
Yeah.
like. It really it is what it is. Like you only have a certain amount of time you can get people to work out in. So it's, and I'm sure for them it's going to be a learning experience. You know, like Fitness of the Coast takes feedback every year from people. So like I'm sure MFC is going to take feedback from people and make some adjustments for next year based off of what people are saying. But I mean, the time cap's just all it should do for an athlete is force them to strategize a little bit differently.
This is random. This is about Fitness of the Coast. Do they do heavier weights at their in-person competition compared to their
typically
qualifier?
what Fitness of the Coast does is classic CrossFit for their online qualifier. Kyle's whole goal is to basically create the Fitness of the Coast qualifier like the Open was 10 years ago.
I can see that.
It is a lot of fun, and I think as it grows, it's going to become more fun. Like there's a possibility for people to start doing, like every Friday we have a group that comes in Friday night and they do the Fitness of the Coast workout. Like there's a possibility that we could start next year, like even doing like a Friday Night Lights type thing for Fitness of the Coast. So it's gonna, I think his vision is gonna eventually come to fruition. And like 4 weeks is challenging, but like, man, 5 weeks of the old Open was hell. Like
It
hell.
was.
So it's like the younger generation that never experienced the hell and the fun of those 5 weeks at that time. Because every week is kind of like a little bit of a party for people. And so classic CrossFit for the qualifier. And then at the actual event, it's a little bit more skilled CrossFit type things where you have gymnastics and barbell, like, like gymnastics and barbells, running overhead squats and rope climbs, or snatches and rope climbs last year. So there is a little bit more of like what you would typically see at a live competition in Fitness of the Coast. So yeah.
I didn't mean to get off on that. I was just wondering.
All good. Yeah.
So do we want to break down workouts, or what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about for MFC?
Let's talk about some of the fun workouts.
Yeah.
And maybe some of the struggly ones too.
Yeah. So all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was pretty cool just to see, like, you and Laura, this was the first time you guys competed together.
Yes.
And it competed together at that high of a level of
Yes.
competition. You competed at Wadapalooza in 2023 with two other girls at kind of an elite, like an open level, right? Is what it was? Like you guys just signed up for it? I can't remember.
We did the qualifier, and they took top 10 to like the regular RX Masters division.
Right.
And then we got what do you call it? We got in trouble. Like we got in trouble for some of our reps.
Oh, so you guys had to go sign up for the.
So it knocked us down to 11th.
Oh, okay.
So we were like, you know what? Let's just go do the open divisions. That's what we did. So we
Okay.
signed up for that. But in that division, it was stacked.
It was, yeah.
Like some of the people in there they were like 6 or 7 games athletes, and
Yeah.
there were 10 teams. So it was like a full competition.
Yeah. So it was like, this was kind of like your second experience probably competing at like a pretty elite level.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, Wadapalooza was 2 years ago. I guess you competed at Wadapalooza last year too. So this was second on a team.
Wait, but the movements we were doing at Wadapalooza, because it was the open division, instead of handstand walking, we were wheel barrowing.
Oh,
like
so,
there were
okay.
things that were so scaled, but then like,
You guys had to wheelbarrow?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
and then like it was raining one night and we had bar muscle ups, but they changed it to strict pull ups.
They had bar muscle ups, but then had you guys wheelbarrow?
Yes, it was very strange. We
Okay.
had bar muscle ups, chest to bar, and we had Fran with a worm, but it increased with pull ups, chest bar, and bar muscle ups. Instead, it was pouring rain, so they changed it to strict
I remember
pull
that.
ups, which was really fun.
That is
I
fun.
enjoyed the strict pull ups.
Because you got to cheat a little bit and kip them just a little bit.
I don't know. Did I? I don't even know. I just know that
Most people
I
did.
just know I like strict pull ups.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think, and honestly with everybody, like it was kind of sorry, I don't mean to like continue talking here, but it was kind of a cool experience where you and Laura, this was Laura's first time ever competing at this high of a level, and you guys were competing basically against 4 other games athletes.
Yeah.
So you guys had a huge learning curve about how fast team workouts need to be. Liana and Ashley, this was Ashley's first-ish experience competing at that high of a level. They had a games team there.
Oh yeah.
And then the athletes that were right up with that games team weren't slouches either. Like they were really good.
Yeah, pretty much everyone at this competition was either semifinals athlete or games athlete.
Yeah.
So it was
a high level competition.
Yeah.
So a lot of this was pretty big learning experiences for people. Like Sonia, when she started with me, she was like, yeah, I just want to compete in like an intermediate division. And here she is in the basically RX division at MFC, being like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, hey, you earned your spot here. Like, let's go compete, and we're going to come back to training, and we're going to get you to the point where you can do this stuff. And like, this is just like a really big, it was a really big learning curve for everybody.
It was like when we walked out on our first event, it was double unders and rowing. And I just knew in my soul that we were going to win that. Mm-hmm. Because Laura and I are pretty good rowers. Mm-hmm. And then together, when you pair 2 good rowers together and then just get through the jump rope, it was only 100 double unders. Mm-hmm. Just get through those double unders. We won that one.
Yeah.
And
it was
I
a
knew
2-part
it.
workout.
But then it went into the second part.
Yeah.
And that's where the teamwork came in that we were both newbies at.
Yeah.
And things actually fell apart. And it was really hard to recover from. Mm-hmm. And like, because we kind of got on a high because we were like, oh, this is cool. We just won that. Like our first time ever together.
Right.
And then transitioning over to this next part into these wall balls, Laura and I are like different in height. We did practice it, but there was this clear target. Not really any excuses. We just were under practiced on it, mm-hmm. where we need to work together more for Fittest of the Coast. Mm-hmm. And it was just like a slap in the face, like, hold on, wake up, figure out what to do. And it was really hard to recover in that moment. Mm-hmm. So that's when Laura and I were like, all right, we got to figure this out for the rest of the competition.
Yeah.
It was really hard.
Yeah. And that was kind of like, I think that was kind of a big thing for everybody. Like Amanda was an individual, so she has competed at a pretty high level. Like all the individuals kind of had done it before. Like Sonia was the kind of the one that was like a bigger competitor or like a bigger learning experience for her. But for a lot of you guys, this is really like a lot of you guys hired a coach about a year ago. Like you, Liana, Ashley just started with me. Laura started with me last year. Like pretty much all you guys, or no, Laura started with me like 6 months ago. So like all you guys had just hired a coach really, where it was, hey, we're building you up and like this is going to be a first experience for you, which is kind of where a lot of people are inside of the organization right now, is like these are first experiences and learning experiences for you. No one's like a super seasoned competitor inside of the organization right now. So it's same thing with beach brawl, like a little bit of a mix, but a lot of it was just kind of like a big learning experience for people, going down to beach brawl this last year. And so this whole kind of season has been centered around like, hey, this is how good you are. This is what you're capable of doing. Let's go learn things about the team side of competition now that you can come back and apply to training a little bit more. So
yeah, we have a lot of things we can apply now.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. But yeah, like that wall ball workout, like you guys started taking no reps and it kind of just completely fell apart from there, which is like, as a coach, it sucks because like, you watch what you guys are doing in back and you're like, yep, you're good. But as soon as you get fatigue mixed into something, it's like so different. And we were just hitting Fittest of the Coast qualifiers. So this was in the middle of Fittest Coast, so we weren't practicing the workouts. And I think when you guys came off of the double unders, like you were just so fatigued that you guys forgot what you were doing. So
when we practiced this workout, we got 12:30.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously the issues happened. I was so fatigued.
Yeah.
And like for wall balls for me, those are a strength, right?
Yeah.
So like, and then the toes to bar, which was at the end of the workout, is a big strength for Laura.
Yeah.
I've built Laura up on the wall balls. She's built me up on the toes bar, right?
Yeah.
It finally gets to the toes bar, and I'm like, done. Like,
Yeah.
I just did 100 wall balls.
It was supposed to be 70,
It was supposed
right?
to be 75.
75, yeah.
And I'm freaking done.
Yeah.
And it was like so hard to mentally process the fact that we crushed that workout when we practiced it, but we couldn't see each other's wall balls.
Right.
I could see her, like I was looking at her and talking to her. And
Which was the issue, is you guys were getting no reps for depth, and then and this is like something that you have to learn for live competition, is like just adjusting what the judge is giving you, right?
yeah.
Especially on the team side of things. But like you guys were getting no reps on wall balls for depth, and it was really hard for you guys to make the adjustment to both squat at the same speed, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's something as a team, like, I didn't realize I'm the one that has to slow down.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm going, Lord just needs to speed up and squat. Not the case. Like, the person that's the faster person on that movement needs to slow down. Like how when I got to the toes bar and I was like, let's do a set of 10. We get that set of 10 and I'm like, I'm done. And she's like, okay, let's do a set of 5.
Yeah.
So like, it's easy to think about toes bar and backing off because you can, I don't know, see the full movement with your eyes.
Right.
Versus wall balls where it's like,
You're like 5 feet apart from each other, like not really seeing what's going on. Yeah.
And then you can never blame it on a judge. Like, the judge was just doing his job.
Right.
And he did a great job throughout the weekend. And but like I can't see like her butt and like where it is and my butt and where it's at and all that. It looked fine to me, but I also couldn't see
And
what was going on.
I can't remember. Did you guys record that one in training?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. My bad.
Yeah. But I think Laura and I did go back and look at it, and like some of the reps were questionable, but not like it honestly could have been nerves. Like, because I know, like, for me, sometimes I get so nervous to go and do a workout at a competition. If it's like something that I'm like mediocre at or not going to do well at, I get really nervous and work myself up for no reason.
Yeah.
And so like, I know that the wall balls made Lauren nervous.
Yeah.
So she might have been like, it might have just been nerves. Like,
Yeah.
let me just keep up with Amy. And then same with the toes bar for me. Like,
Right.
it was just inexperience on both parts.
Right.
Of,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Definitely a possibility. So, and like, there's a lot of learning lessons for me at that competition too. Like, just, it was a weird competition because it was like, our bigger focus this year is on Masters Fitness Collective, or Fitness of the Coast, and Masters Fitness Collective kind of just happened to fall in the middle of Fitness of the Coast. So I was more focused on you guys putting in good scores for Fitness of the Coast than I was prepping you guys for Masters Fitness Collective.
We knew after day one that we were going to get third place at that competition.
Yeah.
Both Laura and I looked at each other and we were like, and that could have been a slack on our part, like something to develop mentally later. Like,
Right.
you could have gotten second.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we both looked at each other and said, we're going to get third at this competition.
Yeah.
And so we were all very like worked up about Fitness of the Coast and wanting to put up best scores for that. And so like, ultimately it worked out how we said it was going to work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And that, I think, just goes to testament of like, your words have power in regards to your thought processes as well. And like, who knows what you could have told yourself to put up some better performances or better execution to get into second place, or something like that. So there was a lot of lessons to be learned at MFC for sure.
And I think we can take those into Fitness of the Coast too, because like, if they have some of the strength stuff and some of the cardio stuff where it's split as desired, that is absolutely something that we have to discuss before the next time, now that we know. Because we know that I'm stronger and we know that she's faster.
Right.
But we can make that work to benefit us for Fitness of the Coast.
Yeah.
So it's a lesson for that.
The more times you compete with each other, the better it's going to be, like, in the long. You're going to know each other more and more and more, and it's going to be a better outcome every single time.
So we had a workout on the second or third day, second day with dumbbell bench press and box jump overs and bike. The going back to it, I would totally change that workout.
Right.
And we figured it out. I don't remember if you were still there, but we figured it out in the last round of the workout.
Yeah, I had to go back to the warm-up area.
Yeah, so Laura was like, I can't do any more bench press. And I was like, I can. And I was like, wait, let's think about this for a second. How about you do all the box jump overs, all of them. And then I'll be recovered and I'll go to the bench and I'll knock out a big set. Things like that. We didn't figure that out about each other until...
You keep scissoring. Sorry.
I knew you were thinking that. And then I stopped.
Why do you do that?
I don't know.
It's so wild.
What do I do?
So
Clap?
No, don't do that. I keep scissoring.
I didn't even know that's what that meant. Like, we've been through this before. That
Yeah.
is not what's going through my mind when I go like this.
Oh yeah, we talked about that at the local wood fire the one day. Yeah. Okay.
Shh.
Yeah. Okay.
FTK.
Yeah.
I didn't figure that out because when Laura and I practiced the bench press, we were both... Stop looking at my hands.
I'm just waiting.
We were both so tired from the Fittest of the Coast workout.
Right.
And we were like, let's just do some dumbbell bench press together and see what it feels like. So we were like both equally like, ooh, this is hard.
Right.
All right, let's just go to the competition. Let's just do what we can. Let's just do our best. But we get into it and I'm like, okay, Laura's really fast on these box jump overs. Okay, she's showing signs of we need to switch out on these dumbbells. So going back to it from the beginning of the workout, the girls that won the workout, the stronger one did all. Her partner did 3 bench press.
Yeah.
And she did the rest.
Right.
We may not have split it that much, but I would have, if there were 24, do like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And she does 3 or 4.
Right.
And then switch out. And I honestly believe with a switch like that, we could have competed with the first place girls.
Yeah. And like, I was trying to mitigate some of the fatigue for the bench press for both of you guys when I kind of gave the strategy to you guys. And I was thinking Laura could hold on to a little bit longer sets of 4. But yeah, it should have been her taking all those box jumps, maybe doing 4 reps in total on a set, and then you finishing out the reps.
Yeah,
so,
I think we'll do that, like something like that.
Yeah,
if we
but
get
that's also like you guys learned how to create new game plans on the fly. So I think that's a super important lesson that you learned there, which is like ultimately the goal was with every competition is to go and learn, right? And I think you guys picked up on some good lessons learned there.
Yeah, and I remember at Monster Games a couple of years ago, we had dumbbell bench press 50s.
Yeah.
But we had rope climbs, ring muscle ups, and skiing.
More upper body stuff, not...
Oh, and I blew up. Everybody blew up.
Yeah.
And it took me 10 minutes to do 21 dumbbell bench press.
Damn. That's crazy.
We had 50.
Yeah.
And everyone around us in my division was doing the same, except for one girl. She finished. But I remember that. And so it was like when we practiced this workout, actually we never practiced this workout. So going into this competition, I was like, I'm a good barbell bench presser, but I don't know about dumbbell. So like in my mind, I'm thinking me and Laura are probably about the same. So like that going into it, I had a lot of negative thoughts about it.
Yeah.
So I think in the future, just remember,
this is what my capacities are.
yeah.
And I think some you guys are still learning a lot of your capacities too on things like, I think a lot of people need to discover their capacity in competition because they just don't know. Like to push yourself daily in training is very challenging, and so a lot of people have to figure out the capacity inside of a competition, or it at least brings it out of them a little bit more, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So.
And then some of the other events that we had. Like
Laura
I know
got a legless rope climb for the first time. She did 9. Ashley and Laura both did 9 unbroken overhead squats at 125 for the first time. Or Laura's, what was your guys' weight? 125. Yeah. So they both did 9 overhead squats for unbroken for the first time. Let's see. Oh, Amanda got 2 legless rope climbs in the competition. That was sick.
wow.
Yeah. Yep. Or did she get
No, she got
3? She might have gotten 3, actually. Yeah. So that was super cool. Like, she was like, I don't even know if I'm going to get 1. The last time I did it was 2022 or something
Here.
like that. Yeah.
at this competition.
So, yeah. So there was a lot of big wins from the weekend as well. So
Yeah, I think the overhead squat workout was just so much fun. The vibe during that workout was so fun.
you guys have probably never run around a competition floor before
Nope.
like that. Yeah.
Nope.
It's
And
a
it
lot
was
of fun.
very like
You get to go
short.
Yeah. And you get to go right up next to the corral.
Yeah, and it was like fluffing, like the floor was fluffy. So it was like, I was immediately like, how am I going to run with rads on? Like, and people are like, how am I going to run with lifters? And it's like a breath of fresh air when you're running on fluffy carpet.
On carpet. Yeah. Like, oh, this
Running
makes
into the little things that you're not supposed to like the things
Oh,
that
the
you
little
run around.
cones. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was just so, I absolutely loved, that was my favorite moment of the whole weekend.
It's a lot like I wish more competitions did it. It's a little unfair because like if you're if you're in the lane closest to the corners, you get a little bit of an advantage, like a pretty big advantage. We did it for the first time in Granite Games in 2023 or 2024. It was like you do a 200-meter run and then you do thrusters. And I was in one of the middle lanes, and I was watching everybody, and like they would come and they just like kind of start running at their pace, but they were all getting bogged down in this corner, and I was like, I can't be that person. So I sprinted to my corner and started off a little bit hotter, and I ended up, I think, either getting first or second in that workout. I think because I ran out a little bit hotter around the corners. So it's a lesson that you guys kind of learned. I think you guys came out a little bit hotter on the corners.
That was fun. Yeah. That was a good learning one too, because it's like the only way that you can do 9 of those things unbroken 5 times is literally committing to it and saying, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So like,
It's a good lesson to learn. And this was kind of the things that we were preaching there is like on team, you have a job and you have to do your job. So like if your job was to go and do 9 unbroken overhead squats, Laura's job was to go 9 and then like 5-4 or something like that. And like if you go and do your job on a team, you're increasing your successes or chances of success. Doesn't necessarily guarantee it, but if you go out and you don't do your job, you're decreasing your chances of success. And like some of it has to be, you have to set up the athlete for success to do give them the correct job to do. But I think that one specifically was like a big learning experience for like going out there and just do your job and let the chips fall where they may.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was just a big learning experience. Or that was another lesson that you guys took away from this weekend, or from that weekend, was just go out there and do your job. The same thing can be applied for like the individual side of things too. Like, hey, just go out there and do your job. Like, you don't even have to, most of the time, you don't even have to race. Like, you don't have to have race tactics. You just have to go out there, do your job, and race the clock. And if you're racing the clock, you're probably going to do pretty well in regards to like getting a good placing or getting your best placing.
Yeah, I think like for me, I notice like I always do better when I zone out and not worry about what's going on around me.
Yeah, you're just
So,
focused
like,
on what you're doing.
Yeah, so I either have that or I don't that day, because it's all about the way that you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Like last weekend when we were doing Fittest of the Coast, I could not laser in on my job. Like, I could not laser in on it at all.
Yeah.
And it really sucked. Like that
Right.
whole, was it 14
you guys,
minutes?
Yeah, you guys only got one shot at the workout too, so it's kind of just like, it was, yeah, like everybody didn't have their best. Everybody that competed at MFC, which is another lesson that you guys learned, if you guys are going to be competing in qualifiers, don't compete in a competition during the qualifiers. It was what it was. but yeah, everybody just like you come off of a competition weekend and you're fried for at minimum a week, like at minimum a week. So it was hard for you guys to bring that same intensity again on Wednesday and that same focus on Wednesday when you just literally just trashed your body.
When you screenshot like the scores, like I was looking, I was like, Laura, look, you can definitely tell we competed. Because for the teams, it was like, for me and Laura, first 12-13, and then this week MFC was 12-13, and then this week it was like 3 or 4 or whatever. So like you could tell which weeks we were gone at a competition.
Right. Yeah, and only got literally one shot, couldn't recover. Yeah. And like, not saying that you should have excuses for it, but qualifiers now are getting to the point where you can't have extra going on, because if you have extra going on, not going to go well. Like you have to come in ready to attack each performance that you have Monday and a retest. Otherwise, you're not going to that competition. And you're not going to the competition in the division you should be going to the competition in. Gone are the days that you can just kind of walk in or waltz into a certain spot inside of a competition.
Yeah, so the quarterfinals, off on another subject. So this upcoming season for CrossFit is the open, quarterfinals, semifinals games for all divisions. That's going to be a challenge for people that have full-time jobs. And I mean, we've done it before and we'll do it again, but it's a lot of competing for 4 months?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it is. The Masters season is going to be pretty crazy this year. Most of you guys will not have to prep for the Open. You guys will peak for quarterfinals.
Which is where it's going to matter, I think.
It'll matter a little bit more in
quarterfinals. If they're taking top numbers for in-person semifinals.
Yes, right.
You want to do really well in quarterfinals.
If you're a better in-person athlete, yeah. There's going to be once the rule book comes out, there's going to be a lot of decisions that will have to be made in regards to, do I want to do in-person or do I want to do out-of-person? Is it feasible for me to do in-person, or am I just going to rely on doing the semifinal in my gym? So there's a lot of different options that you're going to have to talk through once the rule book is released.
Cannot wait to see it.
Yeah, well, second week in January, they always release it.
That's late. A long ways away.
It is, yeah. So now we just get to train
yeah.
after this Fit as the Coast qualifier. So, but yeah, I think Masters athletes especially just need to be really cognizant of how they're training and what they're doing training-wise, and how they're peaking or not peaking for the season, because it is like you guys will have a very tough road to get to the games, especially if you're, like the quarterfinals are going to have to be a competition that is on your radar, basically. It's not like, I think for some of you guys, it might be kind of like an easy walkthrough still. And then semifinals are like the big one. And then you can kind of, luckily for Masters, you can kind of come down and then get another build up for the games. But it is something that's like, you're going to have to structure your season really, really well in the coming years for Masters, because if this is the standard that stays, because that is open, while it is not necessarily hard to get through, still a competition. Like, you're still comparing yourself. There's still going to be stress factors that come into play.
And some athletes don't do as good in the Open as they do for quarterfinals and semifinals. Right. Because it's like literally just hard breathing.
Yeah. Well, yes, but I think they're taking the top 25% again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like, as long as you have some semblance of athleticism and have been training, you'll be fine. Like, you'll walk through semi or Open. And then quarterfinals is like top 200, which that one's going to be a little bit harder, I think. So
I actually heard that they changed it to 400. That Masters is 400.
Oh, is it 400 now?
The younger Masters, 35, 39, and 40, 44.
Oh, okay.
I think it's now 400.
Oh, okay. So that'll be a little bit easier then to get.
Yeah, but you also want to be up high because of the in-person semifinal selection, correct?
If that's what they're doing are they taking quarterfinals placings for in-person semifinals?
So I would think so, right? Because how would they do that?
Yeah, see, that's just from what I understand is that's just speculation right now, and I don't want to personally speculate on that for your guys' sake. When the rule book comes out, we'll figure it out, but I don't want to speculate that and put something in your head that might not be a reality, right? You, like, as an athlete, you just need to have the headspace of what is my job, and then you just go and do your job, right? So, but you don't need to fill it up with anything extra outside of what you're doing for a competition. I don't know why that started shaking. But I guess maybe we can get into this really quick and then kind of wrap up here. But is there anything else like left on the agenda for Masters athletes? I know we have a lot of Masters in the community going to Fittest of the Coast. What else is kind of going on?
Well, I mean, there's Legends in December and
Legends
Wadapalooza.
in December and
Those
Wadapalooza,
are the two big ones.
The two big ones for Masters athletes.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if we have anybody that's doing Wadapalooza.
They did lower the numbers, so I think that I'm just being honest, Wadapalooza. They lowered the numbers for athletes this year for Wadapalooza, and I think that pushed some people away.
Oh.
I know some people it pushed away. Like,
really?
I'm not doing it. I'm doing Fittest of the Coast.
Yeah.
So
Fittest of the Coast is way more competitive in the Masters divisions than it was last year.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
I think we have 80 in our category.
Yeah, I think you guys had like 30 last year.
That's crazy. And then we were looking, and there's actually more in 40 to 44 than there is in 35, 39 for women, but I think that's because, like, I mean, maybe it's not because, but we have so many blacklisted people in 40 to 44.
We do have a lot. Well, we have, yeah. We have a lot.
And is there two? I know there's Ricky and Amanda in 35, 39. Is there any more?
Ricky, Amanda, and Bree are in 35 to 39.
And Bree.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's Masters.
She's killing it. She won the last workout too.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So we have those three in 35 to 39. And then we have you and Laura and Courtney in 40 to 44. Oh, we have Jeremy in 35 to 39. John York in.
We have Ricky in 35, 39 too.
Yeah, we said that. Jeremy Baker is in 30. He's one of Courtney's friends. He's in 35 to 39. And he's on a team with John York, which I'm fairly certain John is 40 to 44 as well. So I need to double check that. I lose track of there's so many age divisions. I lose track of everybody's age division.
That's crazy. They have so many divisions for this competition.
Well, for Masters in general, it's like so many. So I just start losing track of who's in what. So I think we have like nine-ish Masters athletes. Around 8. Yeah, I think it's like 8 Masters athletes that are competing 35 to 39 or 35 to 45 basically this year. So
it's going to be so fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's just a fun competition in general too. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to Fittest of the Coast. It's always a good time. Like, every year we have something fun that happens. Like this year we had the water bottle scandal with Arthur that just kind of like popped off out of nowhere. But personally, I just love what Kyle's trying to do with Fittest of the Coast. It's like he's trying to just bring good vibes and fun times for people. Like, and that's ultimately like that's what our business is too. Is like we're trying to create a healthy environment for competition. And like while we hate to lose and we like really enjoy winning, at the same time we understand that this is a sport and like there's lessons to be learned from the sport, and what we ultimately want to do is create good experiences for people inside of their training and inside of their competition lifetime, that they walk away having been like, that was a positive influence on my life coming out of this organization.
Yeah, I think a lot of people need to come get Blacklisted's flavor. Like,
yeah,
it is very different than like what I've experienced in the past. So I know that there's more people out there that need to get out of the environment that they're in and come try us out. Yeah.
I mean, I've been a part of like multiple different training organizations. When I was in Minnesota, I traveled around. We had a very good, our training environment in Minnesota when I went to the games was like, it was good, but it was also hyper competitive, which does breed success, but it also breeds a lot of burnout as well. And like, again, the cream of the crop will rise to the top in that environment. And it was fun, but there's a lot of people that go underdeveloped in environments like that because they just aren't getting the attention right off the bat, because you're just going to naturally gravitate towards somebody who's a little bit more competitive. And then I've been in a really bad environment right after that. And then we had that environment was solely competition. There was no it was competition for the sake of competition. It wasn't competition for the sake of betterment.
No community.
Yeah, like it was, not a good environment. And then and then essentially what I would really like to create here is basically what I had in Minnesota from a competition standpoint, but a little bit of a different message where a rising tide raises all ships. And like even if your weakest athlete in the community is getting better, it's pushing everybody up the chain to get better. And that's kind of the ultimate goal, is to make everybody better around you and raise everybody's ability levels around you. And so we're focused on getting every athlete that walks into the door better, and every athlete the attention that they need to get better from a coaching standpoint. And that's kind of ultimately like what we're trying to create here. And I'll be honest, I think that resonates really well with Masters athletes. Like, it's, you're a little bit more mature, like in your decision-making process, and like how you view life, and like just in competition in general, you're a little bit more mature, and you kind of understand that you've seen that kind of play out in life before, I think. Not that, we don't work well with 18 to 35 athletes. Like, we have 4 of them that are sitting inside of the elite division for Fittest of the Coast right now. But I think like just from what I was seeing at MFC was like people were noticing like, oh, this is a little bit of a different organization. Like people were like Amanda had never worked with me before, and I'm over here helping her throughout the course of the weekend, like prepare for every workout, Right. And so it's different. Like, people are getting something different when they come here, and they like what they see, So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tangent, but
I think that it was a good experience over the weekend, and I think having you there really helped us out. And like when we were mentally struggling, like ups and downs.
When Tibby literally had a panic attack, or a traumatic panic attack, and after
for also doing a good job. She did a great job on that workout.
She killed the workout and then had a traumatic panic attack afterwards. It was crazy. You came up to me and you're like, "Hey, I think you need to go talk to Laura right now. She's pale and shaking." And I like walk over to her and autistically just go, "Hey, you okay?" And she's like looking up at me, and she's like, "I'm crying, but I'm not upset." It's probably the most awkward. Like, if you were watching
crying, but I'm not upset.
If you were just like a fly on the wall watching that, you're like, wow, there was absolutely no emotion in that man's voice as this lady's pale, bawling on her hands and knees, shaking, crying.
And she just crushed her overhead squats.
Yeah. Like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, she really was. She was like, it was like she was having an outer body experience.
Yeah.
I was just looking at her like,
I don't know what to do here. You're like when the child's crying and you're like, I gotta go find the parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. You want to wrap it up here? Or?
What time are we at?
I think we're probably pretty close to an hour, honestly. I didn't time this one. But we're probably pretty close to an hour, so we should probably wrap it up, because I think at 45 minutes is when it starts to fall off. So I'm pretty sure we're over that. So, but yeah, we'll hopefully catch you guys at Fittest of the Coast here.
We love your workout strategies are awesome. I've had so many people reach out from other companies where they actually have coaches too.
Yeah.
With all of these, they're
I mean,
awesome.
we're putting them out on YouTube, so like we're hoping people watch them and like at least get some semblance of like a strategy for the workout, right? Like, that's what we want to see. Is we want to see people exceed. Obviously, we want to see our own athletes like really succeed, but that's why you hire a coach. Is like you get more than just what the video is showing, right? You get a lot more. Like, we were in here working on your wall walks after a workout, right?
After I have no arms.
Yeah. So you get our athletes are getting more, but we genuinely want to see athletes succeed. And so that's why we're putting those videos out, is to give people some idea of how to at least start strategizing for the workout and then go from there. So, yeah.
True that.
Yeah. So, well, cool. Hopefully see you guys at Fittest of the Coast here. MFC was a ton of fun. So thank you guys for putting on that competition. We'll hopefully be out there again next year. And then please like and subscribe. Hopefully you guys liked our new little lighting with the fireplace here. We're finally starting to get a decent podcast studio set up. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for coming on, Amy.
Somebody let us know what could replace these.
Oh, I've got ideas, but
Me too, but
Yeah.
we want to know from you.
yeah, comment below what we need to replace this with.
Also, let us know if you like man leggings or not.
Yeah, I already said that. All right, catch you guys next time.